Hey there, Columbus State, and welcome to CSU News. I'm Cody Waugh.
And I'm Sharifa Jackson. Here's what's happening this week on campus.
Columbus State Carson McCuller Center for Writers and Musicians will host poet Steve Girk this Friday, as the University of Nevada professor will give a lecture at 4 p.m. and a poetry reading at 7 p.m. Dr. Girk has published 3 books of poetry, most recently Michelangelo's Seizure. This is a free event and is open to the general public. For more information, call 706-565-4021 or visit the McCuller Center's website.
Are any of you crafty cougars ready to get an early dose of holiday cheer? Well, CSU's continuing education is here to help. This Thursday, they're offering a step-by-step class on how to make holiday wreaths at 6 p.m. at the Elizabeth Bradley Turner Center. Students will be guided by an instructor through the wreath making process and will get to choose between 3 different wreath designs to make. The cost for the class is $39. For more information on signing up and what materials are required, call 706-507-8070 or visit the Continuing Education website.
We've got some exciting things in store for Cougar Athletics this week, and as always, Stephen Williams is here to give you the rundown on the scores, highlights, and what to expect this week. Stephen?
With your CSU Sports, I'm Stephen Williams. Let's kick the week off by starting with Columbus State Volleyball, as the Lady Cougars had a perfect week Friday and Saturday inside the Lumpkin Center and the Student Recreation Center. Friday night, Lander was in town for the final game played this season inside the Lumpkin Center. The Lady Cougars and Lander split the opening 2 sets, but it was the Lady Cougars in fine fashion in sets 3 and 4, putting away the Bearcats and picking up a victory inside Peach Belt Conference play. On Saturday, they shifted gears over to the Student Recreation Center for the home finale of the season. USC Aiken, the team that was in town, the two battled to a 5-set victory for the Lady Cougars the last time they met in Aiken, South Carolina. On Saturday, though, the Pacers of USC Aiken took the opening 2 sets, very close back and forth sets, but it was USC Aiken on top after 2. They took the break in between sets 2 and 3, and afterwards it was all Lady Cougars. They came storming back, ended up picking up the victory in set 3, 4, and 5, and went on to win that one in 5 sets for the second time this season, sweeping the Pacers, improving them to 18-10 overall, 10-6 in the Peach Belt Conference, and setting themselves up very nicely for the Peach Belt Conference tournament, which comes your way in a little over a week from now. Columbus State Soccer was competing in the Peach Belt Conference tournament last week. On Tuesday night at the Walden Soccer Complex, it was a scoreless game for much of it. But late in the second half, Kelsey Pelletier, on the night she celebrated her 21st birthday, scored what was the game-winning goal as she netted her 4th of the year, and Columbus State held on, fighting off a pesky UNC Pembroke team in the quarterfinal round of the Peach Belt Conference tournament for a 1-0 victory. Friday, they went to Evans, Georgia for the Peach Belt Conference semifinals. That one didn't quite go the Lady Cougars' way. They fell behind 2-0 in the first 10 minutes to Georgia College, who was trying to make an upset run all the way through the Peach Belt Conference tournament. The Lady Cougars got a goal back late in the match from Nicole Corsione, who's now into double figures this season in goals in her freshman year. And then had a couple of looks late in the match trying to tie it up. Couldn't get one to find the net, though, and they ended up falling 2-1 at the hands of Georgia College. They get set now for the NCAA tournament, which is coming up later on this week. Columbus State Cross Country had its most important match of the year this weekend as they were at the NCAA Southeast Regional in Charlotte, North Carolina. Last year, the men and the women each won the Southeast Regional, advancing themselves on to the NCAA championships. This season, neither one of them won. The women, though, did finish in 3rd as the Lady Cougars earned themselves a spot into the NCAA championship meet coming up November 23rd in Spokane, Washington. The men saw their season end. They were down a couple of runners this season due to injury, had a strong performance for head coach J.D. Evilsizer on Saturday, finishing 5th, but not good enough to get them into the next round, so their season will end with a couple of victories this season, including a tie for the best spot in the Peach Belt Conference championship meet. Finally, men's basketball. opened up its season with an exhibition game last Friday night in Birmingham, Alabama, as they took on Division I UAB. The Division I Blazers controlled the game throughout, led by as much as 30 at one point in the second half, but Columbus State a strong showing to close out the matchup on Friday night, pulled it within 20 where they eventually lost 76-56, a decent showing for Robert Moore's bunch in its first time on the court this season. They get set now for their regular season opener, and it's also the home opener that's coming your way Thursday, November 21st, as they'll take on Carver Bible College. Let's take a look at what's to come this coming week in Columbus State athletics. Volleyball closes out its regular season Friday and Saturday. They're on the road for both of those matches. Friday night, they're in Pembroke, North Carolina to take on UNC Pembroke. The Braves and the Lady Cougars will match up at 7:30 on Friday night. And then Saturday, the regular season finale. They will be at Francis Marion in Greenwood, South Carolina, to try to avenge an earlier loss this season to the Patriots, as they'll take Francis Marion on at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Soccer, as we mentioned earlier, in the NCAA tournament this week. First round will take place on Friday, and then the second round will take place on Sunday. We're hoping the Lady Cougars can get themselves through this week and get on into the final 16 teams and the regional semifinals and finals coming up. That'll take place the week prior to Thanksgiving. And then finally, it closes out with basketball season starting on campus on Friday night. Fort Valley State comes to town Friday to take on the Columbus State Lady Cougars, 6 o'clock. The start time from the Lumpkin Center on Friday night as basketball season will officially kick off. It should be a lot of fun Friday night inside the Lumpkin Center, and we hope all of you will be out there with us as we officially welcome basketball season back to Columbus, Georgia. That's everything we have for you here with sports this week. A lot of stuff for you to choose, and basketball season right around the corner, and a lot of that coming up as well. Until next week with your CSU Sports, I'm Stephen Williams.
Thanks, Stephen. When we return, we'll keep the sports coming as Crystal goes behind the scenes with the men's basketball team as they prepare for their upcoming season.
And as always, our weatherman with the plan, Joey Davila, will go over our week ahead. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into CSU News.
Welcome back. The CSU men's basketball team officially began their season on November 21st. In CSU News, Crystal Ketchum recently caught up with the team to find out what we can expect from the Cougars this season. Crystal?
Good afternoon, Cougars. I'm sitting here with Dimitri Davis and Kenny Funderburg. So, what do y'all love about the sport?
Just being able to compete, go out there with your teammates and get a win. Just something about it makes you feel good.
Yeah, I like just as it being a team sport, it's real competitive, live action, and just great atmosphere.
What are some of the challenges y'all face being a student athlete?
Lack of rest probably would be the most challenging. Had to get up early for practice sometimes, then go to class. Sometimes you might have 2 practices a day, so you just get tired.
Yeah, like Dimitri said, I think it's just like the time-consuming thing, trying to get with your schoolwork and then stay on top of basketball. It's just managing your time. I think that's the hardest thing.
From high school to now, what do you think is the biggest highlight of y'all careers?
I think mine is just being blessed to play at the next level. Being able to get my academics paid for by doing something I love.
Yeah, I agree. As with high school, it's just each year you get more freedom to do stuff, and then being on scholarship is like a whole new world, basically. Just a blessing to have all this stuff.
What NBA player do y'all feel like y'all embody the most?
My favorite player is Carmelo Anthony.
So you feel like you're Carmelo Anthony on the court?
I get like that sometimes, but with the team, you can't do it. You can't be like that all the time, but sometimes I do.
My favorite player is Kobe Bryant. His work ethic and the stuff that he do on and off the court, many people don't see, so it inspired me to kind of have the same work ethic as he has.
What is the camaraderie like among the team? How important is it to have that?
If you try to do something by yourself, it ain't really going to work out. And then you start to get, personal conflicts within the team. But if everybody, come together and play as a team like we normally do, we should be good.
Yeah, like I said, there's no I in team, so we can do everything together. But if one individual lacks off, then it's gonna be hard for us to win as a team.
What are some of y'all pregame rituals, like something y'all have to do before a game?
I have to listen to music for any game. I have to listen to some kind of music just to get my mind focused.
What type of music?
Mostly hip hop. I think before games, I probably listen to Eminem the most just because that's probably my favorite rapper.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have to listen to music. The only music I listen to on game day is anything by J. Cole. It's just an inspirational rapper, and he just gets me in the mood to play basketball.
So what can we expect from y'all this season?
Expect, a lot of wins, hopefully, a lot of highlights, real exciting games.
Yeah, definitely more wins, a lot of highlights, hopefully pack the house out and just have a good time.
How do y'all individually deal with losing a game?
I mean, with basketball, you don't really have a lot of time to dwell on it. You got to just, watch the film and see what you did wrong, what you can work on as a team and get better for the next game, because sometimes you may be playing the next day or you only get a day in between games, so you can't really just sit back and be like, you lost that. You just got to get ready for the next one.
Yeah, I usually go back and look at film and look at my mistakes and how I can get better and just tell myself I'm going to do better the next game.
When is the next home game?
The first home game is November 21st. I think it's next Thursday.
Thank you, guys.
As temperatures continue to fall, it seems that old man winter might be creeping around the corner. Luckily for us, Joey Davila is keeping an eye on the forecast. What's the weather looking like, Joey?
Hip and thigh toner. I didn't see you there. I was just reading the complete guide to yogas, Pilates, meditations, and stress relief. Anyway, my name is Joey Davila, your CSU weatherman, and this is your 7-day forecast. Let's get started. Starting on Monday, November 11th, we have a high of 72, a low of 47, some sunny weather with a 0% chance of rain, and east-northeast winds at 7 miles per hour. On Tuesday, November 12th, we have a high of 70, a low of 32. Partly cloudy weather, still no chance of rain, with north-northwest winds at 19 miles an hour. On Wednesday, November 13th, there is a turkey hiding in the upper right corner. A high of 54, a low of 30. Some sunny weather, still no chance of rain, and north-northeast winds at 15 miles per hour. On Thursday, November 14th, we have a high of 62, a low of 42. Sunny weather with continued sunshine, no chance of rain, and east winds at 6 miles an hour. On Friday, November 15th, we have a high of 68, a low of 52. Mostly sunny weather with about a 20% chance of rain slipping in there, and east winds at 7 miles per hour. On Saturday, November 16th, we have a high of 73, a low of 60. Partly cloudy weather with only a 10% chance of rain and east winds moving at 9 miles an hour. And closing out our week on Sunday, November 17th, we have a high of 74, a low of 60, and some thunder showers with a 50% chance of rain and east-southeast winds at 8 miles an hour. And that is your 7-day forecast. I'm going to get back to this. You get back to your week.
may be in the rearview mirror, but CSU's and campus nerds made it a memorable one with their very own haunted house. Just in case you missed out on it, Justin Mingy is here with highlights of the event, as well as a preview of the annual Nerdicon.
Hi, I'm Rachel with the Campus Nerds. We are this year, like every other year, doing our haunted house. This year it's entitled House of Slaughter. Normally we do an asylum theme, which is a bunch of crazy people. We're trying something new this year. It's $5 at the door. We ran for a couple of weekends, and then we're doing it on Halloween. But yeah, it's a really great event. Definitely, if you can't come out today, this time, come out next year. 'Cause it's, like I said, every year. Let's see. We have some other events coming up. One you may have heard about, hopefully have heard about. We have Nerdicon in an amount of time from now that I don't want to think about, but it's November 15th and November 16th. It's going to be here in the Davidson and in the Schuster. Come out. It's lots of fun. We do lots of things. We've got Walking Dead zombies. We've got some other gamer guests from different websites. We've got lots and lots of panels and lots of vendors. You should definitely check it out. It's going to be really fun.
Freedom Riders exhibit just wrapped up its final event for the semester, and CSU News was there to cover the last lecture from Valdosta State University's Dr. Tom Aiello. Brandy Phillip reports.
Hello Cougars, my name is Brandy Phillips from CSU News, and if you happen to have missed the last guest speaker of the Freedom Rider series, don't fret, because CSU News was on November 6th at 12:30 p.m. on the main campus library. History and Geography Department Chair, Dr. Gary Sprayberry, welcomed Valdosta State University's history professor, Thomas Aiello, to our campus. Crowds of students gathered together in the library to hear the last guest speaker of the Freedom Riders series this semester. Aiello titled his lecture as Leaving the Promised Land, the Atlanta Hawks, Race, and the NBA's move to the Deep South.
Management would respond by dismantling a highly successful and largely black team and replacing it with a less successful and more marketable white one. In this case, the economics of the South actually worked against the economics of the Sun Belt.
Library and Information Science Professor Thomas Gansevoort shares his thoughts about Aiello's lecture.
I really enjoyed the presentation yesterday, and the whole question of the integration of the National Basketball League is something I hadn't really heard much about. I mean, you hear about Jackie Robinson and about the Baseball League integration, but you don't really hear much about the NBA. So I learned a lot that I didn't know, and he was a really good speaker, very informative, and I just really enjoyed it. Learned a lot.
As we all know, college life is often rather stressful, and what better way to relieve some of the stress than to smash up some cars? Chi Kappa Epsilon recently gave CSU students just that opportunity. Here's Maggie Hurtado with more.
Hello, I'm Maggie Hurtado, and today we are taking a look at the Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity.
Hi, my name is Jacob Leatherwood. I'm a brother of the Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity here at Columbus State University. At the end of this semester, we're going to have a car smash on campus at the clock tower. We had one last year too, and it was a huge success. What we're going to do is we're going to let you come and take swings at a car with a sledgehammer, and all proceeds will go to St. Jude.
I'm Maggie Hurtado. Back to you guys at the studio.
That's all for CSU News. Thanks for watching. I'm Sharifa Jackson.
And I'm Cody Waugh. Have a wonderful day, Cougars.